What's up, family? We are the Armstrongs, and you are tuned into another episode of Relationship Goals. And today, we're gonna let you guys in on. This is Lord have mercy, the Holy Ghost is in here.
Hey, everybody!
What's up, y'all? So we're the Armstrongs, and you are tuned into a new episode of Relationship Goals. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So
and ma'am.
And ma'am. Okay, all the names too. I'm sorry.
I'm just playing.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. All y'all out there. On this episode, we're gonna talk about basically our relationship. I know we have a show. It's entitled Relationship Goals, but we're giving you guys all these tips and different things like that. But you guys are probably wondering, like, how can they give us tips? Who are they exactly?
Like, how they got it?
Yeah. So how they know? Yeah. So today we're gonna let you guys know the story on basically how we became who we are to each other, and here's the story.
I'm starting.
You gonna start it? You gonna start?
So, a lot of people don't know, I was married when I was introduced to Jor'dan Armstrong. Shout out to Keith Jacobs. Keith Jacobs came to me and my then husband's house and let us hear your music. I think it was Where You Are or Drive Me Crazy.
That's my champion album.
Yeah, well, the album hadn't even come out yet. This was like 2007 or 2008.
He had exclusive tracks.
So so he introduced me to your music. I want to say he may have played both songs, and he was like, man, it's gospel. And I was like, what? Because I was doing music around that time. It didn't sound that great, but that's neither here nor there. Growth and maturity. But I was doing music around that time, and I was just into it, and he let me hear him, and I was like, man, we gotta get this guy to our church. So me and my then husband got him to our church. And you want to take over from there?
Yeah, I mean, when they booked me to the church, it was like any typical booking at the time. I bring my team with me. And usually when I get to the actual venue or the church, they show you your green room, where you're going to be, everything like that. So this church, old church, big church, beautiful church, just old. And they took me downstairs, down the creaky stairs to
it was creaky
this
stairs.
area, because this church had a basement. This old school church. I got a basement. They take me to a green room. This ain't no lavish stuff, right?
Well, first of all, we would have had him in the pastor's study, but he wanted to be alone, and so that was that. Yeah. Yeah.
So I wanted some. I went down. They take me down to the basement, which is just spooky. And so I get down there. It's dusty. It's just not ready for anybody to be there.
Right.
So I go down. They assign her to me. I see this girl. I was like, okay. She had this little tie on, and come to find out, her and her husband were matching. They were wearing matching outfits.
That tie was really bad.
With a tie and some shirts.
My shirt was not made to have a tie. It was like a loose, thin collar. Like it just.
And that bothered me. I'm a fashion guy, so I was like, that's not a tie shirt. That's just a regular shirt.
Anyway.
Need a tie. But anyway, so they were matching. She came downstairs, and I was like, hi, this green room was great. I was being nice though. I was like, this green room was great, but it doesn't have a door. I need the door closed. I wanted some privacy. And she was like, oh, we don't have a door. The door is actually over there on the other side of the room. So she goes over, and there's a door leaning on the wall. She goes over, picks up this door, and tries to place it in the opening of the door. I say, oh, this is ratchet right here. This is ratchet. So I was like, dang, okay. Well, from then on, I kind of saw her in a different way. That day I saw her, and I was like, look at this little chick. She definitely tried to fix the situation.
I tried.
She tried. And from then on, like, we had mutual friends. We started kind of developing a friendship.
We were good friends. Yeah. Like, you liked a few of my friends, and you were dating and telling me about your interesting dating life.
We had become really close friends because I was telling her about other girls.
And I wasn't jealous, so I guess we really were friends.
Yeah, I was telling her stuff, and I was like, yeah, this chick, I met this girl, that girl, blah, blah, blah. We talking, I'm showing her pictures of the chick, what you think? Yeah. So this is really like almost homie style relationship that we were having. And I mean, it just grew. Honestly.
Yeah, until my marriage started getting real rocky.
Yeah, it got rocky, and I eventually got into a relationship after I met her, and my relationship I started having second thoughts about my relationship. So I think we were both kind of in a place where
we were at a crossroads.
We needed a really good friend,
we
to
needed
be honest.
And he was all I had because I grew up in a small city. Shout out to Shreveport, Louisiana, where everybody knows everybody's business.
Hope City.
So yeah, so I found out that some stuff had happened with my ex-husband, and I mean, I just was like, who am I gonna tell this to? Like, I don't want my business out here. I was embarrassed, I was humiliated, and I was hurt. And I was doing all of this at 23. Like, all of this was happening at 23 years old, which I still feel like that is like way too young. In my mind, I don't know about none of y'all, but I was too young to be in a marriage. It was kind of forced. It was that church forced marriage. Like, y'all having sex, so y'all need to get married, or I'm gonna sit y'all down.
Yeah, that's
that is not the solution to infidelity.
That's another episode.
I mean, well, not infidelity, but
we gotta stop that.
Fornication.
Yeah, that's.
But
church folk, cut it out.
Yeah, so I mean, it was just a really, really tough time, and I thought the world was completely over. And this guy was like helping me out all the time, and I think we just kind of over time, I literally did like kind of go from one relationship to the next because you were just there. I wanted to be married. I wanted to be in a relationship. I didn't want to be single. Yeah. It just kind of happened that way.
Yeah, you were actually helping me as well in my relationship and helping me, think clear. Yeah. I think that during that time, I didn't really know what I wanted. And I was getting a little bit of church pressure too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually singing in the church. I was getting a little pressure on, okay, look, by this time, y'all need to be here and all of that. And honestly, that pressure,
that's not good for a man.
It really just took a toll on me. Yeah. So I just wanted to flee the entire situation and move to Atlanta. I was in a small city too, and moved to Atlanta and kind of start a new life.
Yeah, and you moved here, and I went through a divorce, and he said, I mean, I'm pretty sure he got tired. At this point, I am attracted to him. And I think that he got tired of hearing me say, I'm so sick of people asking me what happened between you and such and such. Are you still married? And he was like, why don't you just move to Atlanta too? Yeah. And so I was like, I never even thought about that. And then I talked to my mom. My mom was like, ain't nothing here. What you doing here? And so I was like, okay. So I moved here, and we didn't even, I thought that we were gonna completely start dating immediately when I moved here. But things weren't really going that way. He was getting out of a relationship. It was kind of like ending. It was ugly. My divorce was kind of ugly. And it just, I mean, tact-wise, it just didn't, it wasn't good for us to just be out here because that's who we want to be with. And you really have to think about other people's hearts and other people's feelings and how it makes you look, your brand, your family. You have to take your time when things are kind of off like that, because I will say I wasn't that respectful of everybody's feelings. I was like, this is my life. I only get one. I'm happy with you. I love you. Why can't we be together? And you were like, no, it gotta be like this. Yeah. I gotta take my time. I gotta take my time with her heart that I broke. Like, I can't just jump into a situation with you. And I commend you for that, because that made me be more, if you're gonna treat somebody that you're not even with no more like that, then how well are you gonna treat me?
That's right.
And she probably doesn't even know that this happened, but I really commend you for the way that you at least tried. I don't know how it came off, but you tried to take your time. And
thank you.
Yeah. So
Thank you. I mean, I just wanted to, you know, consider me personally. I like to put myself in another person's shoes, and even if a situation is bad, like I just always try to figure out how that person may feel on the other side of the story.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make everything smooth as possible, you know, and not have any hard feelings with anyone.
Yeah.
And honestly, I thought I was coming to Atlanta to change my life, but I also was coming to Atlanta to play. And have fun.
Yeah.
And
that was your college.
Yeah, when I came out here, I wanted to get lit and loose.
And you did a little bit.
I had lived a whole life of structured church, be a good person, be nice, do this. I literally wanted to come out to Atlanta and be a wild man.
Right, because nobody knew you.
I never had a chance to. I never was able to do a lot of those things growing up. So as a teenager either. So but it didn't happen that way. It did. It probably happened for about 8 months.
Maybe.
You know, and then after that,
we're gonna have to talk after this because I didn't know it happened.
It probably had to stop. It probably happened for like a little time, but definitely.
I had my time too.
Yeah.
When my divorce, when it ended, I had my time, and I was just like, you know, I'm about to be out here dating, and I was dating, and it felt good. I ain't gonna even lie, it was pretty cool. But I mean, a part of me was like, I was calling you, and you know, if I be honest with myself, I had cheated long before we actually were getting together, because I liked you. I knew that I liked you from the beginning, and I mean, that's kind of my bad, you know.
And I saw it later. It really just happened to me like in a snap. One day I saw her, we were all hanging out, and one day she was like, take my picture on this elevator. And somebody took a picture. I don't know if it was me or somebody else.
You and Ted, I think probably.
And so I snapped this picture. She's on the elevator by herself. I snapped the picture, and I looked back at the picture, and I was like, that's you? That's the same.
I know that picture too. My feet was so pretty that day.
I was like, dang. And I think honestly, it may sound crazy, but that's the day it snapped for me. Like, oh wow, she is dope.
Yeah.
Aww. And from then on, it just turned into us still being friends for a long time, and we still are now. But I just love the fact that I love the fact that we were, you know, friends for. And she hates this too when I do this, but I think this is so hot. She hates this is a friend. She calls this a friend.
Well, a lot of times I be wearing a wig, and then you be on my hair. Like,
wig or no wig, she don't like this if I take a picture like this, because that looks like friends and not love. And this is more love.
That's not why.
But anyway, I'm so glad that we were able to be friends as long as we were before we even stepped into a relationship, because
it was years. We were friends for probably 3 years.
Yeah, that friendship is what keeps us going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Above all things. So.
And there were times when you would not answer my phone calls, and then when it clicked, and I was on the phone with you like all day. I was coming by. I was like, oh, this is lit. Like, for real.
I was gone then. I was like, okay.
And I was like, I definitely fell in love with you way before you fell in love with me. But
really?
I do thank God that, you know, a lot of people say, oh, you got a divorce. The way y'all met, God isn't going to honor that. Or y'all are going to lose each other the same way y'all got each other. But I don't believe that we serve a God that is like that. Especially when you are repenting or you feel that you are wrong and you repent, or you ask God for forgiveness, or you make things right. I don't feel like we serve a God that's like, yeah, you made it right, but I'm still gonna let you get cheated on, and I'm still gonna let these things happen to you. So, but
and then fast forward to now we're in a relationship, we're dating each other, we're going out on dates.
I was so excited.
It was dope.
I could post who I've been spending my time with.
It's on now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's on now, and you know, we ended up moving together.
And we didn't really do it the right way. Me and Jordan were having plenty of sex. And we were completely out of order. And we had to move together because Teddy P, shout out to Ted got married. And all his roommates were out there. Like, and it was like, okay, well, you ain't got nowhere to stay, and I can barely pay my bills. So won't you just come and move in with me? And
I was over there all the time anyway.
Yeah, and so like I want to say about 2 months in, Jor'dan and I decided that we were gonna be celibate.
Yeah, hold on and rewind that too, because when we were about to move in, of course, I heard my grandma, I heard my mama, I heard my pastors, I heard my church in my head. What are you doing?
Even some physically said.
Yeah, even physically. You know, y'all ain't supposed to be living together.
And that's not making fun of them.
No, not
I mean,
at all,
we weren't. But
not at all.
But yeah.
I learned in that situation as to why they say that we shouldn't live together and not be married, because like you're literally living and sleeping in the same bed with someone that you actually love so much, and you want to be with them, you want them, you want to have them.
Yeah.
And so the temptation of that and how hard it is to not have them, and you're in the bed with them and you live with them every day, is very hard.
It's easier for us women.
Yeah, it was easy for them.
Yeah. I didn't even know you were struggling.
Oh, I was mad. I think that's the male PMS.
Yeah, you were pretty
Yeah, man, I was like,
we would just wake up in the day and go like to eat and do fun stuff that we normally would do, and I'd be like, what's wrong with you? And he would just be like, I'd be like, what is going on? Are you hungry? He would eat and it wouldn't go away. And I was like, dang.
I was hungry.
So, you know, if you can, wait. But I will say that the benefits of that were I got to know you, your habits. I knew them before we even got married.
Yeah.
So we had about 1.5 years of celibacy.
We got to know each other beyond sex.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times in relationships too, you know, sex can cloud things and cloud your judgment, cloud how you think about a person, all of that. And so when we took sex out of the equation, we got to really know the real person.
Started really like.
And like we started having real issues, talking about real stuff, and having to figure out answers to real questions. And it
we
made
even
us
had a
stronger.
time where I pushed you. And you left for like a day, and you were like, look, and I didn't even know you had already bought the ring and everything around that time. Now I know in hindsight.
She was cutting up with that ring.
Yeah, I didn't know.
It's like as soon as I bought the ring,
I didn't know.
She started going crazy. I was like, it started making me second guess. Okay, it's like maybe I'm tripping. I shouldn't have bought this ring now.
But it was really my stuff. It was my daddy issues. It was my past relationship issues. I thought that was how you handle. And you told me, you said, look, we had a Will Smith and Jada moment. He was like, look, if you put your hands on me again, I'm out. I'm not. And all I did was push him really hard, like. And I pushed you when you weren't facing me. Like, it wasn't like you saw me coming.
Oh, like a sneak attack. She gonna sneak.
And so that man came back and he was like, look, if this happened again, I'm out of here. And I was like, okay. And honestly, we had to do a lot of work because I had a lot of stuff. We both had a lot of stuff that we had to work through. But the proposal was amazing.
The proposal.
We finally made it.
Y'all.
I didn't push him no more.
That's right. My nights started to get better. I wasn't mad about not getting none.
Yeah, because you knew it was an end date. And baby, I planned that wedding in what?
She did.
7 months?
Yeah, she did.
I wasn't playing no games. Look, I was like, we about to get it going. Ain't no sense in waiting.
Yes.
We waited for 5 years.
Yeah.
And
I think the beautiful part too is that, you know, now you know what you're waiting on. Like, I think we're engaged now, you know, we're like, it's no sex, none of this. We can't wait to have our wedding and then have sex on our wedding night.
Yeah.
So now you have something to look forward to. And I think that made it easier for us as well. Like, we both know that we're going to be committed to each other.
And shout out to anybody that is a virgin when they get married. That's amazing. But not gonna say this is the real world, but that's very rare. And so if that's you, that you're not a virgin or you're sleeping with your significant other, you know, that is a time that you should take with them to see if that's something y'all are strong enough to withstand. And if y'all can cut sex out of the relationship, then I'm pretty sure y'all can withstand pretty much anything. And that really taught us discipline during that time. And so it's not over for you if you are there.
Right. And that's the way that worked for us. It
Yeah.
works for us
So,
that
yeah.
way, and it may not work like that for you.
Yeah.
But you know, this
So, yeah.
is literally our story and how we got together, and eventually on April
8th,
Come on,
2017.
You know, we tied the knot.
Yeah.
And we made it official, girl.
Like a referee with a whistle. I didn't get my nails done.
Put that down.
But
But yeah, we made it official, and I mean the rest has been history.
It really has.
And you know,
It's been amazing.
Yeah, it really has, man. I think it's really dope too that you know the favor that came on not just my life but our life as a whole when we
And shout out
actually
to our marriage
got
counselors.
together. Yes, shout out to everybody
Willie
that's helped
Moore,
us.
Trisha,
Willie Moore,
Bishop
Trisha,
Millay, his
Pastor
wife.
Patty out in Carolina.
Yeah.
I mean our parents.
Yeah.
I mean just everybody that's spoken to our
Monte,
lives, man. Yes, man.
Yeah.
To them as well. So shout out to everybody that helped us, man. I think it was really dope that we also were able to do premarital counseling.
Yeah.
So before we
With
got
three different couples. We
got
had
a
like
lot
an
of-
older seasoned
Yes.
couple.
Yes.
We had a younger couple, and we had like one right in the middle.
yeah. Just to get the different perspectives on different levels in your marriage, because you know all of those people that we called that were older that helped us out, they were young before. So you know we wanted to get a couple of different perspectives, but we made it, y'all. We're here. We're the Armstrongs, so it's just the two of us right now. So y'all be praying for us because we about to be traveling and moving around, and I think I love it so much, the fact that I got somebody to travel with me and travel the world and take over this world with me.
One Armstrong at a time.
One Armstrong. So
Thanks for listening to our story.
yes, that's our story. That's the short version. So
That is a short
you
version.
wanna run into us, we might sit down one day tell you the whole long story. But
It's
that's
just
the
a
short-
lot
yeah.
of little, but
Yeah.
that's the gist
That
of
was
it. It was like a lot of little details
Yeah.
that are irrelevant that just could be combed over. But there is, I want to say to divorcees, there is a life after divorce.
Oh yeah.
And even to my ex-husband, he has a life. He is doing great, seemingly, and just it doesn't have to be the end.
There's also life after a breakup.
Oh, after a breakup.
After a strong breakup, after a long time.
After a
y'all
breakup
been
that you
together.
thought that was gonna be it.
That's right. You
There
thought
is.
y'all were gonna get
There
married.
is,
There
there
is
is.
life after that. God knows. And we love y'all, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to this episode of Relationship Goals.